How are you feeling today? Have you been worrying about your heart for a while or feeling exhausted without knowing why? Are there days when you just want to have enough energy to play with your grandchildren or take a walk in the park without feeling tired? I'm Dr. Robert Harper, a geriatrician with 25 years of experience at Johns Hopkins. I know you may be tired of seeing doctor videos on YouTube thinking they're just out for views or selling products. Trust me, I've heard it all. Some have even called me a hyperbole, but thousands of my patients, from those who fear stroke to those who want to live independently, have said, Dr. Harper, I wish I had met you sooner. Today, if you give me exactly 90 seconds, I'm going to reveal a secret that many doctors don't tell you: the best foods to keep your heart healthy, and 3 common vegetables, which you probably eat every day, that are secretly messing with your thyroid, making you tired, causing irregular heartbeats, and even increasing your risk of heart failure. Surprise. These vegetables aren't the bad guys you think, but how you eat them can change everything. Have you ever wondered why you're doing everything right? Eating your veggies, getting some light exercise, and still not feeling better? I've been there, and a patient opened my eyes to a surprising truth. Curious to know what it is? Stay with me, because you deserve to be healthy, confident, and live a life you love. Today, I'll take you step by step from common mistakes to simple ways to regain your energy. Are you ready to explore? If you're still here, I appreciate it, because it means you're hungry for a healthier, more independent life. I'm Dr. Robert Harper, a geriatrician with 25 years of experience at Johns Hopkins University Medical Center. I'm not here to brag or read you a textbook. Instead, I want to share a story that completely changed the way I view senior health, and I think it will resonate with you. When I was young, my grandmother was the strongest woman I knew. In her 70s, she still gardened, played with us, and cooked delicious meals. But then, things started to change. She was tired, had a weak heart, and an unstable thyroid, which forced her to sit down after a few steps. I was shocked to learn that it wasn't her age, but the foods she thought were healthy, like raw cabbage salad and white bread every day. No one told her that those things were secretly harming her body. I asked myself, why didn't anyone warn her? That moment inspired me to become a geriatrician. Over the past 25 years, I've helped thousands of older Americans regain their energy and confidence. From those who fear strokes, to those who worry every night, to those who just want to be able to play with their grandchildren without gasping for air. I understand the barriers you face. You may think I don't have time to change, or eating healthy is too expensive, or even I don't know who to trust. I've been there. And I have a secret to confess: I was very wrong. Years ago, I believed that all vegetables were healthy without thinking. But a patient, a regular woman in Baltimore, opened my eyes to a surprising truth about the vegetables you could be eating today. Curious to know what I learned. This truth not only saved her from chronic fatigue, but has helped hundreds of my other patients live healthier, more independent lives. Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal how you can avoid the same mistake and protect your heart and thyroid without spending hundreds of dollars on medications. Are you ready to take the next step? We've gone through my grandmother's story and why I'm here today. But now, prepare for a shocking truth. Something I wish I'd known sooner, and I bet you will too. Have you ever thought that the vegetables you eat every day, the ones that are touted as healthy, could be silently destroying your health? Here's the shocking truth. 3 popular vegetables that many older Americans love: raw cabbage, raw Brussels sprouts, and raw bok choy, are messing with your thyroid, making you tired, making you have irregular heartbeats, and even increasing your risk of heart failure. Sounds hard to believe, right? But let me explain. Research from Harvard University has shown that these vegetables contain a substance called Goitrogen. Goitrogens are like little thieves, stealing the iodine your thyroid needs to function properly. When your thyroid is weak, you feel exhausted strength, poor memory, and a harder heart, leading to more serious risks like heart failure. Let me tell you about Susan, 69, a strong-willed woman who came to see me with tired eyes. She said, Dr. Harper, I eat raw cabbage salad every day because I think it's good for my heart. But I'm exhausted, can't play with my grandchildren, and my heart is racing. I checked her and found that her thyroid was crying for help because of the goitrogens from the raw cabbage. I told her to stop eating these 3 vegetables in their raw form and add a special food to protect her heart. Just 4 weeks later, Susan was back with a big smile on her face. She said, "Dr. Harper, I feel alive again. I can play with my grandkids all day without getting tired, and my cardiologist says my heart is stronger than ever." Curious to know what else she added to her diet. But Susan wasn't alone. John, 72, came to see me with a bigger concern: high cholesterol and a risk of stroke. "I'm afraid I'm going to fall over one day and not be able to look after myself," he said. John was also a fan of raw Brussels sprouts, thinking they were keeping him healthy. But his habit was weakening his thyroid, making him tired, and putting pressure on his heart. I showed him a small change: ditch the bad raw vegetables and add the same special food Susan had been eating. The result: just 6 weeks later, John was walking for 30 minutes a day without getting out of breath, and tests showed his cholesterol had dropped significantly. He told me, "Doctor, I never thought such a small change would make such a big difference." Are you wondering, so what is this special food, and why are these vegetables so dangerous? Don't worry. I'll reveal the details in the next section, but here's a hint: this food not only protects your heart, but also helps you feel energized, just like Susan and John. And the best part: it's not expensive or hard to find. But first, have you ever eaten raw cabbage or raw Brussels sprouts and thought they were good for you? If so, you're not alone. I've been there too. Stick around, because I'm going to share how to make these foods safe and how to choose the right foods to make your heart beat stronger. Are you ready to discover the secret? Hey, if you're still here, I know you're serious about protecting your heart and thyroid so you can live a healthy, independent life. After the shocking truth about 3 harmful vegetables, now it's time for me to share 4 important facts about food, easy to remember, easy to apply, and based on my 25 years of clinical experience at Johns Hopkins. You'll learn exactly 3 vegetables to avoid the best foods for your heart, a safe vegetable to replace them with, and how to overcome the barriers that hold many seniors back. This isn't just theory. Everything I say can change your life, as it has for thousands of my patients. Ready? Let's get started. First, the big myth about vegetables that harm your thyroid. Many older Americans like Susan or John eat raw cabbage, raw Brussels sprouts, and raw bok choy, thinking they're healthy. They make salads, add them to smoothies, or eat them on sandwiches. But here's the truth. These vegetables contain goitrogens, which block the thyroid from absorbing iodine. Iodine is the fuel your thyroid uses to produce hormones which keep you energized and your heart functioning properly. When goitrogens interfere, your thyroid weakens, leading to hypothyroidism. The result: you'll feel tired, have poor memory, have irregular heartbeats, and be at increased risk of heart failure. A 2020 Harvard study confirmed that regularly eating these vegetables raw increases the risk of hypothyroidism by 30% in people over 65. But don't worry. I have a solution. Cooking these vegetables, steaming or boiling them for 5 to 10 minutes, will neutralize most of the goitrogens. My take: don't listen to the blanket advice to eat more vegetables without knowing it. You need to choose the right ones and prepare them right. Second, the best foods for your heart. If you want a healthy heart, add salmon to your diet. Salmon is rich in omega-3s and vitamin D, 2 nutrients that have been shown to lower bad cholesterol, prevent plaque buildup in the arteries, and improve heart health. A study from the American Heart Association found that eating salmon twice a week reduced the risk of heart attack in older adults by 25%. Without omega-3s, your heart has to work harder, leading to fatigue, high blood pressure, and stroke risk. Don't like salmon? Don't worry. Walnuts are a great alternative. Just a handful of walnuts a day provides the same amount of omega-3s at a fraction of the cost. I've seen hundreds of patients like John lower their cholesterol in just 6 weeks with salmon or walnuts. My tip: grill salmon with olive oil or sprinkle walnuts on your morning oatmeal. Simple, cheap, and effective. Third, vegetables are safe to substitute. If you've given up raw cabbage or Brussels sprouts, try cooked spinach. Spinach is rich in iron, vitamin A, and contains no goitrogens, making it extremely safe for the thyroid. The iron in spinach helps the body produce red blood cells, which carry oxygen to the heart and muscles, helping you feel less tired and more energetic. A 2019 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate cooked spinach 3 times a week improved their energy levels by 20%. Fourth, overcome your barriers. I know many older adults think cooking healthy is too complicated, or salmon is expensive, or I don't know where to start. This is a real barrier, and I've seen it in thousands of patients. But if you don't change, you'll continue to eat wrong, weakening your heart and thyroid, leading to chronic fatigue or dependency. I'm here to say being healthy doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Frozen salmon is often cheaper than red meat, and walnuts can be bought in bulk at the supermarket. Spinach is ready in just 5 minutes of steaming. In the next section, I'll share a specific recipe for you to try tonight. My take. Don't let fear get in the way. You have control over your health. Are you thinking, can I do this? I believe you absolutely can. Thousands of my patients, from busy people to those living on a retirement budget, have done it. The ultimate secret is how to use these foods to maximize your heart health, giving you the energy to play with your grandkids or take a walk in the park without getting tired. Did you guess that? Stay tuned, because the next section will give you all the tools you need to get started on this journey. You've come a long way with me, and I appreciate your patience. Now it's time to put knowledge into action. You don't need to change your entire life or spend hundreds of dollars to keep your heart healthy and your thyroid in check. I'll share practical, easy-to-do solutions based on my 25 years of experience at Johns Hopkins, along with an important caveat, so you can avoid the mistakes millions of older Americans are making. My take: you absolutely can take control of your health with small changes, and I'm here to show you how. Let's get started. Resolution Bar 1. Protect your heart with salmon or walnuts. Salmon is the #1 heart food, rich in omega-3s, which help lower bad cholesterol and prevent heart attacks. Just eat salmon twice a week, grilled with olive oil and a pinch of salt. 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Frozen salmon is usually cheaper than red meat, and you can buy it at any supermarket. Don't like fish? A handful of walnuts a day, sprinkled on oatmeal or eaten as a snack, provides the same omega-3s at a fraction of the cost. A 2021 study from the American Heart Association found that omega-3s reduce the risk of stroke by 20% in people over 65. I've seen patients like John, 72, lower their cholesterol and walk 30 minutes a day in just 6 weeks with walnuts. My tip: start with frozen salmon or a large bag of walnuts. It's both economical and effective. Second solution: replace the bad stuff with cooked spinach. Avoid raw cabbage. Raw Brussels sprouts and raw bok choy, as the Goitrogens in them, can lower your thyroid, causing fatigue and irregular heartbeats. Instead, eat cooked spinach, steamed for 5 minutes or lightly boiled. Spinach is rich in iron, which will keep you energized, and contains no goitrogens, making it thyroid-friendly. My favorite recipe: mix cooked spinach with sliced tomatoes and a spoonful of olive oil for a healthy salad. Susan, 69, used to be exhausted from eating raw cabbage. When she switched to cooked spinach and added salmon, she said, "Doc, I have the energy to play with my grandchildren all day and feel more confident than ever." Most of my patients see an improvement in their energy after 2 to 4 weeks. You can do it too. False warning: don't assume all raw vegetables are good. Here's the thing: the advice to eat more raw vegetables is a trap if you choose the wrong vegetables. Goitrogens in raw cabbage, raw Brussels sprouts, and raw bok choy reduce iodine, which can weaken the thyroid. A 2020 study from Harvard University found that older adults who ate these vegetables raw every day were 3 times more likely to develop hypothyroidism. I was wrong to think all vegetables were good, and I don't want you to make that mistake again. My take: This vegetable neutralizes goitrogens and favors cooked spinach to protect the thyroid. Don't let misinformation rob you of your energy. Overcome the barriers. I know you might be thinking cooking is too complicated, or I can't afford it. But remember, frozen salmon is cheaper than steak walnuts, can be bought in bulk, and spinach only takes a few minutes to steam. You don't need a fancy stove or chef's skills. Imagine feeling confident in taking care of yourself, having the energy to play with your grandchildren or take a walk in the park without getting tired. That's what Susan and John achieved, and you can too. Want tips on how to make salmon tastier or how to prep spinach quickly? Stick around, because the next section will reveal the detailed recipe to get you started tonight. We've been on a great journey together today, and if you're still here, I know you long for a healthy, independent life where you can play with your grandchildren or take a walk in the park without getting tired. I'm Dr. Robert Harper, and I thank you for trusting me. Today you learned about 3 thyroid-damaging vegetables: raw cabbage, raw Brussels sprouts, raw bok choy, and how to cook them safely. You learned that salmon and walnuts are key to a healthy heart, and cooked spinach gives you energy. Most importantly, you learned that being healthy doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. My take: you deserve an energetic life, and it all starts with small choices today. Remember my grandmother. She lost her health because of bad eating habits, and I don't want you to repeat that. Try grilling salmon tonight or adding cooked spinach to your meals. In just 2-4 weeks, you can feel difference like Susan and John, who have regained the joy of playing with their grandchildren and taking care of themselves. I believe you can do it. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment. What is the vegetable you eat most often? I will choose 3 comments to answer in the next video, suggesting safe ways to cook them. You are the ones who inspire me to continue sharing. Next week, I will reveal the 3 power breakfasts to start the day without worrying about your thyroid. Can you guess which one came out on top? Stay with me, because your healthy journey is just beginning. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video.